On December 14th, New York witnessed something that nobody saw coming. Tensions that had been simmering for months suddenly exploded right on the streets. Jake Paul, known for his bravado and viral stunts, found himself face-to-face with none other than Andrew Tate. This wasn't some planned encounter, it just happened. But as always, Jake couldn't keep his mouth shut, throwing out insults aimed at Andrew, which, as expected, didn't go unnoticed. So what followed next wasn't just a verbal exchange. It was pure chaos. Andrew, never one to back down, had warned Jake before that he was desperate for a reality check. And on that day, it seemed Jake got exactly what he asked for. It's no surprise, given Jake's habit of challenging legends and picking easy fights, that Andrew Tate, a four-time world champion with a net worth in the hundreds of millions, wasn't going to just stand by. What went down was a clear message to Jake, a reminder that not everything is about online hype. Andrew Tate didn't just stumble into this confrontation. It had been building up for a long time. He wasn't there to make headlines or create drama. He had something real to prove. Combat sports are no joke, and Tate, with his extensive kickboxing career, knows better than anyone how tough it is. For him, this wasn't about ego or social media clout, it was about respect. Tate's message was clear. Respect in this sport isn't earned by creating viral moments or pretending to be something you're not. It's about the blood, sweat, and years of dedication. People like Jake Paul, who throw themselves into the spotlight with every move, rarely understand that. While Jake's fights often seem like strategic PR stunts, Tate's were earned through years of intense training and world titles. Jake may have built a name out of shocking the public, but Tate? He built his legacy by fighting legends in the ring. On December 14th, Tate made it known that there's a big difference between playing the game and being the real deal. Jake Paul has built his entire persona on confidence. From trash-talking his opponents to flaunting his success on social media, he's known for being the loudmouth who gets attention. But when Andrew Tate stepped in front of him that day, all of that confidence seemed to vanish. If you've ever watched Jake in a confrontation, you know he's usually the one doing the talking. But this time, it was Tate who had the floor. Tate didn't need to shout or flex his muscles, his sheer presence was enough to put Jake on the back foot. It's one thing to talk tough from a distance, but another to face someone who spent their entire life mastering the craft. And that's exactly what Jake realized when Tate calmly told him, "You want to fight? Let's make it happen." Jake, who's usually quick with comebacks and sarcastic remarks, found himself struggling to find his words. For the first time, it seemed like his bravado had been turned down to zero. This wasn't some internet feud, this was the real deal. And Jake was staring straight into the eyes of someone who could back up every word he said. As the confrontation heated up, Andrew Tate didn't hold back. He wasn't there to play games or take part in some publicity stunt. His message was simple: if you want to fight, let's do it for real. No fancy contracts, no cherry-picking opponents, just two men, one ring. Tate made it clear that he wasn't intimidated by Jake's fame or his social media following. What mattered was the skill and dedication it takes to truly succeed in combat sports. Tate's challenge was bold. "I'm 5 years out of the ring, but I'll come back just to show you what real fighters are made of. You want to fight someone? Send me the contract." It wasn't just about Jake's reputation. It was about taking down the illusion that fame and social media followers can replace years of hard work and experience. Jake, on the other hand, seemed caught off guard. He'd been building his career on easy wins against lesser-known opponents, but Tate wasn't just anyone. Andrew Tate had a legacy, and he made sure Jake understood the difference between someone who's lived and breathed combat sports and someone trying to cash in on the spectacle. The encounter on the streets wasn't just an exchange of words. It was a public reality check that Jake Paul couldn't ignore. For years, Jake has thrived on being the bad boy of combat sports, poking fun at legends like Mike Tyson and calling out old, washed-up fighters. But when it came to Andrew Tate, that act didn't work. Tate wasn't just another fighter Jake could laugh off or challenge for clicks. He was the real deal, a fighter who had proven himself in the ring over and over again. When Tate stood there, calmly offering a real challenge, Jake's usual confidence quickly evaporated. His team's carefully curated image of him as an untouchable, fearless boxer was starting to crack. The moment Tate made his move, it was clear that Jake was no longer in control of the narrative. The footage went viral, and within hours, memes, GIFs, and comments flooded the internet, mocking Jake's attempt to regain his composure. The confidence Jake was known for seemed like a distant memory. For Andrew Tate, this wasn't just about calling out Jake Paul. It was about something much bigger. It was about challenging the current state of combat sports, where clout, money, and viral moments often overshadow true skill and dedication. Tate's message wasn't just for Jake. It was for everyone who thought they could buy respect in the sport by creating drama and collecting followers. It was about the sanctity of hard work and the respect that comes with it. Tate didn't need the money or the fame. He already had both. His career was built on beating top-tier fighters, not by building an online persona. For him, combat sports were a way of life, a discipline that required sacrifice and commitment. And when Jake Paul, a YouTuber turned boxer, disrespected that, Tate felt it was time to remind him, and everyone watching, that there's more to fighting than just clicks and likes. As soon as the footage of the confrontation hit social media, Jake Paul's ego began to take a massive hit. The internet, as expected, had a field day. Memes and jokes flooded platforms like Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Jake, who had built his reputation on trolling and flexing his success, was now the target of mockery. Social media, with its sharp and unforgiving nature, didn't waste any time dismantling the image Jake had worked so hard to create. Jake's attempts to recover his image were met with ridicule. The internet's collective creativity took over, from comparisons of Jake looking like a kid getting scolded by his dad, to outright mocking his tough guy persona. It was clear, Jake Paul had just gotten a public lesson in humility. His usual tactics of turning everything into a joke couldn't save him this time. What happened between Jake Paul and Andrew Tate wasn't just a physical confrontation, it was a clash of ideologies. Jake represents the modern age of combat sports, where social media fame often takes precedence over actual fighting skills. His fights are seen more as spectacles designed to grab attention, get views, and make money. In contrast, Andrew Tate stands for the traditional values of combat sports: dedication, discipline, and proving yourself through hard work and skill. Tate isn't interested in the viral hype or media attention that Jake craves. For him, respect in combat sports is earned through years of training and actual combat. His approach is simple. You want respect? Then step into the ring and prove it. Jake, on the other hand, uses drama and controversy as tools to stay in the spotlight. But against someone like Tate, who has years of real experience, those tricks don't work. After the public confrontation, the fallout for Jake Paul was immediate. His image took a massive blow, and his critics grew louder. The very fans who once cheered him on for his confidence and flashy persona now started to question his credibility. The memes kept coming, and Jake couldn't outrun the internet's relentless creativity. For Andrew Tate, on the other hand, this was a victory. It wasn't just about confronting Jake, it was about reinforcing the values he's always championed: hard work, respect, and authenticity in combat sports. Tate's fan base grew exponentially in the wake of the confrontation. Even those who weren't fans of Tate couldn't help but respect his unapologetic stance. He'd stepped up to a man who was living in a bubble of fake bravado, and Tate had shown him the cold, hard reality of combat sports. Now the question on everyone's mind is, what's next? After this public clash, there's been a lot of speculation about whether Jake Paul and Andrew Tate will actually step into the ring together. Some believe Jake doesn't stand a chance against Tate's experience and skill. Others think Jake's youth and determination might give him an edge. But one thing is certain, this rivalry is far from over. It's not just about a potential fight. It's about the fundamental difference between two very different approaches to combat sports. Will Jake rise to the challenge and face Tate in the ring? Or will he continue to dodge the real competition and keep playing it safe? Fans are eagerly awaiting Jake's next move, but regardless of whether it leads to a fight or more drama, the world will be watching. For now, the story isn't over, it's just beginning. The confrontation between Jake Paul and Andrew Tate was more than just an internet spectacle. It was a wake-up call for anyone trying to make it in combat sports. The new era of clout-driven fighters is here, but Tate's challenge proves that respect is earned in the ring, not online. It's easy to create a persona on social media, but it takes years of sacrifice and dedication to build a real legacy in the world of combat sports. Jake Paul may have made millions entertaining millions, but that doesn't mean he's earned the respect of real fighters. And while the internet will continue to speculate about what happens next, one thing is clear: Andrew Tate has set the bar high for anyone stepping into the world of combat sports. If you want to be respected, it's time to stop talking and start proving yourself. So, what's next in this saga between Jake Paul and Andrew Tate? Will Jake finally take up Tate's challenge and step into the ring, or will he continue to avoid real competition? One thing's for sure, the world is watching closely, and no matter how this rivalry unfolds, it's clear that Jake's persona is starting to crack under the pressure of real fighters like Tate. Andrew Tate has shown the world that respect in combat sports isn't something you can buy with clout or manufactured controversy. It's earned through years of hard work, skill, and dedication. And while Jake may be a force in the world of entertainment, there's no denying that when it comes to real combat, he has a lot to prove. What do you think? Will Jake Paul finally face Andrew Tate in the ring? Or will this just be another viral moment? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more updates as this battle continues to unfold. Until next time, stay tuned and keep it real.